Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video. Today we are looking at Transformers Studio Series Rise of the Beast Terrorcon Freezer, which is a core figure. Now I know what you're thinking, Smurd P, what are you doing? This is not a figure I was expecting from you. That's right, not even I was expecting this from myself until last week, where there was a little thing itching in the back of my head saying, these Studio Series Rise of the Beast figures look really good. Watch some reviews. So I did. I watched some other people's reviews, as I do when I'm really considering a figure that isn't just a norm for me. And I found myself thinking, I need to buy some. So here I am. I've never once in my entire collector's days brought a Studio Series movie video today, and it's not just about these toys looking really good. In my mind, it's also about the fact that I enjoyed that movie so much that I actually finally found some characters that I thought were either cool or I perhaps identified with that that I could buy. So those who know me know I'm a big Beast Wars fans. However, you know, the beasts in this figure, they don't exactly represent the Beast Wars figures that I love, and could have easily been a big pass. But I find myself liking it. I like the film. I like the characters. I really hope that that is just the beginning of those beasts' journey, and there's more to come. Rather than them just being thrown out to the winds, because it's a brilliant opportunity. So anyway, let's move on and let's talk about this little dude, Terrorcon Freezer. Now, if I remember correctly, there were two little creatures chasing after the humans in the museum, as well as him popping up through a few times during the film. I can't remember what, but I do remember. I tell you what I do remember. Bear in mind, it's been a few weeks since that film was released, and a few weeks since I've watched it, and I've slept and drunk beer since then. I do remember them being quite scary little critters, and it was brilliant. They were small, but you know, you get them chasing after you. Humans, they're probably about maybe a little bit bigger than humans, same sort of size. They were deadly, so which is cool. And speaking of which, with this core collection, I really do hope that we see more of these figures in terms of, what's the word I'm looking for, in terms of human figures, because I would love to see an exosuit version as well as the, do you know what, I'm sorry, I love the film, but I can't remember anybody's names right now. It's been a long day at work, so I can't remember anybody's names, but the humans in this film and that exosuit I want to see in a core thing. So I've spoken enough, surprisingly enough, about a core without even opening his figure. So let's open him up and have a little look. So firstly, I wanted to put him on all fours, like he was, like he's like a little spider chasing after humans, and I think it works really well. You can get him into that, and you can obviously get him to stand on these little hind legs as well. But that, I'll give you this. This head sculpt looks absolutely fantastic. Look at that. All those little eyes in there. Some really nice, beautiful detail. Now, don't get me wrong. This is a core figure. But for a core figure, this looks really nice. Just going through it. It's got a nice little body mold, which is great because they've always, I've got to give it to this movie universe. They create these figures, that these characters that do look pretty darn creepy, etc. And this sort of reminds me of a little bit of Grievous from Star Wars, very easily. I love the fact that he's got multiple arms to do multiple things and can generally just be quite creepy, etc. So just turn him around there, and then on the back you just got this little bit of a mold on there. So once again, the detail throughout this whole figure, and the colors look really nice, etc. Now, I mean, in terms of this figure, it sort of reminds me of Soundwave when you used to have the little cassettes flying out, etc. Slightly different with this. I believe this transforms into some form of weapon, which I'm obviously going to change in a minute. But he is used for hunting, I guess, smaller prey, to perhaps bring them to the forefront of Scourge, and he's posse to terminate, etc., or just terrorize. But yeah, that is one beautiful escort. I do like that. That's very nice. Hence me getting this. And in fact, this is the only review that I haven't actually looked at. The head can go up and down like so. There is, you can, but you're moving it up there on the ball joint. It lets you turn it around, which could be quite cool. And the fun thing about this is these parts just pop off. They're on little ball joints. So if you're doing a scene, you want him having half his arm blown off, you can do that as well. Just single there, nothing on the hands at all. I didn't expect there to be anything on the hands. The fact that he's got forearms going on anyway is pretty darn cool. There's obviously nothing at the waist. And just bear in mind, these little bits do pop out. You can bring these legs up slightly. I was hoping that these could extend, but they don't. They're just like that. They're just apart there. But you can bring that in, so you can bring them a little bit smaller, so he can be crouching, etc. Or even down there, he can almost be like that. If you want, that looks a bit weird actually, now that I've done it. So, but just bringing out the legs here, just brings it very nicely. And it just looks super creepy. And that was the whole idea, and that this was probably one of the great things about these things. There were a couple of moments where it was almost like a little horror scene going on with the chasing, etc. So I think they did really well with that, and it worked really well in terms of achieving the goal of humans being scared, but there was no ridiculous overreactions that we got in the first few movies, which perhaps could have been the downfall for Transformers. Completely overacting was a point, but these characters were on point where they were scared, but not hysterical. So anyway, I'm going to transform him. There seems to be 2 little modes, which I will have a look at. Okay, so for what was a really, like I said, I didn't watch a review until literally just now. I kid you not, because it was driving me mad. This is a pain in the rear axle to transform. They have not made this easy. They've not made it easy at all. Hence why this looks like this. In my mind, the ideal solution would be that there was a clip there and you could just pop it there. But they've designed it so that, let me just get my camera to focus, so that you have to sort of go like this. And then it just sort of, it just ends up being a cluster of absolute crap where you're just trying to get it into a position to sort of lay on there, sort of thing. Oh, maybe I've done it. Hey, there we go. It looks okay. It's just come apart, but you get what I mean. It's not a fun piece to try and get this into this mode. But and then you've got these little hands up here. Now they are designed here, and I will show this with a figure in a minute, so that you can get a small figure to sort of hold on, so you can sort of blast him out there. But yeah, just doesn't want to do that. So, you know, I would just try and, if you're ever going to have him in this mode, which I don't suspect many would, I would just try and get him into some sort of presentable pose, etc. Let me just go get a quick figure so I can show you somebody holding the turret. I kid you not, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever done in my entire life. Having Starscream trying to hold him. You would have to get a really small deluxe figure to even make this look very cool. But nice effort, Hasbro. I'll give you that. But goodness, oh my goodness, I just don't know what to say to this. The review started off so well as well. Now I feel like transforming has gone into certainly a very weird pose, but I feel like there is better to come. So the review is not over with, not by a long shot. Okay, so the second transformation, which I was probably a little bit more excited for, makes it a little bit better. It just all seems to slot down at the bottom. It almost, you could almost just have him stand like that. But it does look a lot better. I haven't said this yet, but like I said, this back piece looks very, very nice, and the gun does look very, very cool and very, very straightforward. Let me just adjust my camera slightly. Bring in Starscream because he is my guinea pig, and I can literally just he's probably not the right bot for this, but you can literally have him. He's probably the best bot for me to have hold him because he doesn't have the arm space to do that, but actually that doesn't look that bad. So you can get him holding the gun like that, and actually he is quite a big gun, so clearly designed for Scourge, etc. Now there is a mode that connects to Scourge's Ort mode, which obviously I don't have Scourge yet, but when I do have him, I will certainly be showing him off on there. In fact, I'm quite excited to get Scourge. I'm hoping to do that this week. That would be really, really cool, and then I can just show him off, etc. But that looks very, very nice. I do like how he does that. So although this figure does have its flaws, now robot mode, he in my mind is perfect. He does what he's meant to do. However, alt modes, and it's one of those things where sometimes they try to do an alt mode and it just, sorry, apologies, I'm not sure what happened there. When they tried to do an alt mode and it's just, you shouldn't have bothered. Why do it? Just leave it alone. Just give us a core Freezer in his robot mode, because that would have worked perfectly, rather than trying to achieve these alt modes. But I've still got to give him kudos for giving it a go. Now, we probably would have complained if we did get him without all that jazz anyway. Let's be honest. We're a bunch of complainers these days. Well, you know, I complain about things all the time. So we would have been annoyed, let's be honest. So, but I think it's okay. And as my first Studio Series movie figure, I'm quite happy with him. So anyway, I hope you like my video. If you do, please support my channel by subscribing. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate that. And thank you to those that already subscribed to my channel. Make sure you look after yourself. Very important these days. And as always, embrace geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.